remembers the theme of this group?
Empathy.
Empathy. Who
Yeah,
remembers?
communication.
Right behind.
So our child and youth care practitioners, or CYCPs as we're calling them, they are basically a resource available to students in our schools that have needs regarding their social learning, emotional learning. It could be behavioral challenges, coping strategies, and things like that.
You must have an ace.
I do have an ace, except it's still not very helpful. My name's Travis Sampson, and I'm the child and youth care practitioner for the Citadel family. It's one of the new positions created. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Addition to 5.
1, 2, 3, every time, man. Youth care workers are sort of trained in the importance of relationships and how to form really strong working relationships with kids, and then understanding that a lot of kids that are struggling because they don't feel supported or they don't feel connected to somebody, and that sometimes that connection can be enough to get them on the path to success.
The specialty of our child and youth care practitioners is absolutely, without a doubt, being able to make relationships and create lasting impressions with children and with youth. So that's anybody from primary all the way through to grade 12.
You're forming a positive relationship with a child, building trust so that they can operate in the school setting a little better, but then you can also take that relationship, and when maybe you have to address a concern, they know you're, the guy who played Crazy Eights with them and has fun with them, and it's coming from you from a place of caring, not just, an adult waving the finger at them. So that's why I think the relationship is important.
Support can look different depending on the student's needs, and what's been asked of them. For example, we have some CYCPs that do individual work with students by encouraging them to learn skills through competitive or cooperative play, and we have others that are running small groups during lunch hours to help kids be able to come in and connect.
You don't necessarily have to be shoulder to shoulder, but what you do have to do is have these touching, right?
All of our CYCPs come to us with a background in child and youth studies, but they come from a variety of places in their personal careers that have afforded HRCE the great good fortune of having people that have skills anywhere from running restorative circles for students. So when there are interpersonal conflicts between peers, we have others that have worked in detention centers for youth. So those folks are able to work through with some real crisis intervention skills that they've had and honed for years. Their backgrounds are varied, but they're incredible.
I do some emotional education training, talk about triggers, coping skills, what it feels like before you lose control of your emotions, and then how to respond in a way that's safe and isn't gonna negatively affect them. I do some small group stuff, again, experiential learning. Supporting kids to learn in the way they learn, games, right? That's how kids learn, having fun, engaging in something they enjoy, and then have some lessons built into it around communication, teamwork, cooperation, trust, and then debrief after to kind of pull out what they did. It was fun, but it's not just fun. They learned a little something too. What made that activity easier?
Communication, empathy, and team effort.
Right. What about when you yourself were getting frustrated? Did you find it easier or harder?
Harder.
Right?
So our child and youth care practitioners are full year staff. So they're with us 12 months of the year. They're here over March break. They're here during Christmas to cover sort of the time when students' lives continue and classes are concluded. In the summer of 2019, we'll be running transitional camps for students. So that's going to be camps aimed at students who are transitioning from elementary to junior high school or from junior high to high school and are experiencing a bit of anxiety, or maybe they're students who have showcased behavioral issues or relational issues in their current school year that maybe could use a little bit of support and like a little taste of what school could be like next year. So that they can be better prepared. And we're hoping that with them being better prepared, we can also encourage staff to be prepared for those learners who might have some challenges or differences, and be able to just support them holistically when they arrive.
I just love the direct work, and I like seeing a light go on, and then moving forward they sort of figure out what they need to figure out to experience success. Good work. And you're out. Off to class.